You've just experienced the most wonderful occasion of your entire life, the birth of your brand new baby. Except there's a problem. The doctor comes to you and tells you, I'm sorry to say this, but your baby has Erbs Palsy. Would you like to know what this is about? Come join me as I share with you this great information. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury trial attorney practicing law here in the state of New York. Erbs Palsy is a condition involving injury to the nerves. It most often occurs during the course of delivery. Now, what does that mean? If the baby has a significant or severe injury to the nerves that control the arm from the shoulder down, what can happen is that the baby's arm can become atrophied. And what that means is that the muscles begin to waste away because the nerves are no longer supplying the necessary blood and nerve control to the baby's arm. As a result of that, the baby's arm will wither away, and literally you'll see the tremendous difference between the normal-sized arm and the atrophied arm over the course of time. Now you may be asking yourself, how does this occur? You had a normal vaginal delivery, you didn't see any complications that you know of. How could this possibly occur? Well, many experts tell us that one of the key reasons that this type of condition, this Erbs Palsy, occurs is because one of the shoulders gets stuck during the course of the birthing process. That's known as shoulder dystocia. And that occurs when there's a disproportion between the mother's pelvis and the baby's shoulders. So if the baby is extremely large and the mother's pelvis is smaller, oftentimes what will happen is now the baby is proceeding down through the birth canal and all of a sudden the baby gets stuck. One of the shoulders will usually get stuck under the mother's pubic bone, known as the symphysis pubis. And there are a number of procedures that doctors, obstetricians, are trained in order to recognize this and then to try and relieve the stuck shoulder. If the doctor puts traction on the baby's head and does so in a way that is totally inappropriate and thinks that by pulling and pulling, you're going to get the shoulder unstuck, what can happen then is you can have a ripping or a tearing of the nerves that control the nerves to the arm. That's known as the brachial plexus. And if injury occurs during the birthing process, if there's tearing, stretching, or total complete avulsion, or ripping of those nerves, what can happen is that the baby can have significant serious injury. There are some instances where injury to the brachial plexus is a temporary condition. And over a period of days, weeks, or months, that may resolve. But you have to be on top of it, you have to follow it, and make sure, together with your pediatrician and the neurologist, to see whether or not the baby is progressing and whether or not this condition is permanent. So why do I share this great information with you? I share it with you just to give you an insight and an understanding into what goes on in evaluating a possible Erbs Palsy case here in the state of New York. You know, I recognize that you probably have your own questions about your own birth and about the injuries your baby may have suffered. Well, as always, if you do have legal questions, what I encourage you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your legal questions. I do this every single day and I welcome your call. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, G-E-R-R-Y, at Oginski-law.com. Well, that's it for today's quick video. I'm Gerry Oginski here in New York. Thanks so much for watching.